I can only assume a shit show that fucking Andor will be.
They're trying to shoehorn politics in that shit too.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna ignore. I think a lot of people are gonna say that, but you know,
Fortification repaired.
garbage. I watched like the first episode and I lost it immediately. And the funny thing is, apparently they said that the last 2 episodes are the best ones out of them because they straight up had to remove Kathleen Kennedy and put somebody else in charge.
I will agree with that.
Cut the tracker!
Got it.
Last 2. That I will understand. Like, I heard it was pretty good. Just, unfortunately, fucking Vader was a little bit too anorexic. Because they decided to put Hayden inside the suit.
Yeah.
Like, Dustin. You remember Hayden Christensen, right?
Oh shit.
Played
Oh shit. How the hell?
played Anakin. Yeah, no, they made him super fucking... They made him in the suit, which unfortunately made Vader look short and also skinny. So it's just kind of like, Darth Vader, are you okay? Looks like you're not eating very well.
Well, true, it did have a very good payoff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the duel. If
I have not.
absolutely should.
I have not.
Building, get ready for more!
But yeah, no. All I will say though is that pretty much for the most part, at least 70% of Kenobi was hot garbage.
Fortification repaired.
Again, not
I don't know if
surprised.
that's being too overly punishing or if that's under punishment. I don't know if too much or too little, but at least 70% of Kenobi was garbage.
I'm going to set the duel. Here it is.
Time's up! Here
Is
they
this the
come!
first one or the second one?
Second one, which is fucking awesome.
Fortification repaired.
Like, this one comes pretty close to prequel level. Not bad.
Oh, that shit was fucking great. Like, that was so well choreographed.
Careful!
Primary
That is one thing that I will state that I did at least sort of like a little bit about Kenobi, was the fact that they basically just said Rebels was canon, because they added the Grand Inquisitor. They basically went, Rebels is canon, and I was like, you know what, I'm okay with this.
Ready to rock.
They're damaging the path!
You're dead.
That's pretty cool, actually.
just like it is in Rebels with James Earl Jones and Matt Latin.
Then before it hit the ground.
How many times is this gonna happen?
Yeah. How many times is this gonna happen?
I mean,
So,
it's like,
yeah.
It's not like I want you to stop.
Unless Andor somehow ends up being decent, Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett are definitely the best two.
I think
Fortification
the
upgrade.
next two that come in after that are Tales of the Jedi, which is going to be animated, and Ahsoka, which is...
I might watch Ahsoka. Like, that has some promise.
I mean, it's always like Hera in live action. Okay, I'm down.
At least they did a good job of, like, okay, here's something that I will say is that, of course, Darth Vader is a little bit too small. Also the fact that, keep in mind one thing about Darth Vader's fighting style is that there is something that 4, 5, and 6 did right with the way that he fights, and that is, he fights very, very heavy-handed.
Yeah.
Like, in here he's swinging around his lightsaber as if he was still Anakin Skywalker.
Company!
But in the 4, 5, and 6 movies, his swings were deliberate and heavy, meant to throw your block off.
Well, one thing I will say for that here is that this is, in my out after Revenge of the Sith, so Vader is substantially younger here than he is in the original trilogy.
I suppose so, because Kenobi is too. He doesn't even have gray hairs yet.
I would have kind of liked to know how he completely whited out after.
When this was only the span of a few years, apparently.
Yeah, as well as like, how in 10 years did he go from borderline still Clone Wars with Kenobi to Alec Guinness?
Maybe he was super fucking stressed out. Because remember, stress can cause aging.
Well, that's the thing, that was kind of the point of this series, is getting over the stresses and everything.
10 years to hold this.
Fortification repaired.
This is like this is an episode 3 level fight though. Like this, I could see Darkseid Anakin fighting Obi-Wan like this.
Open your eyes, idiot!
Imagine an alternate universe where he doesn't become armored. Like Kenobi didn't manage to fuck him up so bad, so he's basically still Anakin on surface level.
That's the thing, as far as I know of the lore, that was partially why Sidious was so disappointed at because Anakin lost so much power because of it.
Yeah.
About that loss of his arms and legs and being burned to a fucking crisp, he would have eventually wiped the floor with Sidious.
Yeah.
As Vader, though, powerful as he was never really needed to do it.
Yeah. Especially because there was a lot of built-in limiters on his suit, since his suit was basically a walking iron lung.
That was why Sidious wanted to eventually turn Luke, because Luke was effectively would be what Anakin was gonna be.
You know what the fun thing about fucking Vader is?
Yeah.
He knew how to do Force Lightning, it's just his body didn't allow him.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because of the fucking feedback from his cybernetic limbs wouldn't allow him to. There is a time in the comics when he does use it though, and it damages him pretty considerably, but he kills the fucker that he is fighting.
Yeah,
Fun.
exactly.
So yeah, no. Vader knows how to use Force Lightning, it's just he's known for using Force Choke, because that is a much easier and less dangerous option for him to use.
Exactly.
That's why he's known as just Force Choking everyone to death. Then again, they did show it a lot in this movie anyway, so...
The same time, he kind of did already have the Force Choke thing going a little bit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he's Vader. I mean, you imagine the big dude to be fucking choking you to death.
Giggity.
I think it was like his
Lightning seems a little too elegant for the very brutal Darth Vader.
Fortification repaired.
Force choking seemed a much better option. That seemed very brutish.
Sky?
What's up?
I have a new reason to hate Fortnite, and not for the reason you're thinking.
What's that?
Apparently, the Fortnite is the reason that the development of Unreal Tournament got canned.
Wait, really?
I'm looking this up just to make sure I'm talking out of my ass.
Well then. I did not know this. This is news for me.
I think at the start of the video, I actually got
Oh my god.
what part did you get to?
I got to the part where they're doing like the final part of this battle where Obi-Wan's throwing rocks. I hear the fucking Mustafar theme playing.
Yeah.
I want to strangle this man who I was just talking to.
What happened to you?
Oh, I hear it. Oh, it is definitely the theme.
Vegan or Sky, do you know what port forwarding is required for in servers?
Yes.
Okay, you know that it
explained
is
it to me.
required. It is required for wired connections still, right?
Yes.
This guy is saying it only is required for wireless connections. Like, no, you dumb bitch! Like,
Also, Wizard, I hate to say it, but I just found hang on.
You can understand why I'm uber pissed at that.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Like,
you just slapped Vader
this
in
is-
the face.
This is tech support. And they
Get
are
ready, this
that
exchange is
fucking
awesome.
dumb.
I can definitely say horde mode is better with friends.
Like, you understand how dumb that sounds, right?
No, I don't. I don't know anything about networking.
The port should automatically open up for your system. Yes, Windows is opening this up, but not your fucking dog shit router or modem. God, I wish we could buy our own modem right now.
So just not afford it, or
It's $50 for halfway decent one.
don't you revive when you?
Ooh,
And that's for the 400 megabits.
that's
Download.
raw.
How would it be? Well, there goes our chat.
You got to the you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker.
The thing is, in order for us to get our gigabit
Didn't you?
max
Yeah, no,
download,
That's
it's
fucking
148
brutal.
bucks.
That makes me sad.
I'll be back.
But
I'm
keep
gonna
in
go talk
mind
to my mom about
that
this.
keep in mind that he seems to have mildly said that out of the last bit of compassion that he had. Because it seems to be making quite an effort to say it. I was not your failure.
Got it! Fortification upgrade!
You really gotta like how for that little second you can hear Hayden's Anakin voice, but then kind of the voice comes back as Vader. It's like a phasing in between Anakin and Vader.
Yeah. The last little bit
Fortification repair!
of Anakin that is still in there. And remember that this isn't the last time that we'll see this either, because a little later on, in a certain animated series, a certain Padawan of his does the same thing.
And I know Dave Filoni has said that Ahsoka didn't really pull any bit of Anakin out, but I just don't believe that.
Yeah, I mean, if there was no bit that Anakin could pull out of there, how the fuck did Luke do it? You could argue, yeah, it was because the movie had no foresight that there was going to be a show, but still,
Obviously, I don't think Ahsoka could have brought it back.
she couldn't have, but I imagine that there was a bit that she...
For that one moment of hesitation, I think Anakin was trying to break free.
At least, or at the very least, warn her. Because especially with what he said.
Alright.
That you will die line is just...
Yeah, that's because that was him trying to warn her to leave while you have the chance. Yeah, no, the fact that Kenobi managed to bring it out because, you know, they were like brothers. And then, of course, there's Ahsoka, which, as much as they say do not grow attached, you can obviously tell that Jedi Masters tend to be attached to their Padawans.
That was part of how Dooku fell.
So yeah, all I can say is that what Dave Filoni said is BS. There's two other moments that we have seen there are two total moments that we have seen so far where Anakin has at least said something to his former his former confidants. And then here it is, he finally manages to snap out of it to save his son.
Fortification repaired.
Yeah.
So all I can say is Vader is like a very well done tragic character, and I don't think that they entirely intended for that to happen either.
No, but that's the thing. Sometimes accidents make the best work.
Which Vader is like literally one of the best characters.
And I also like the one at the end of that exchange that my friend is truly dead.
Indeed.
That kind of
That stings.
yeah, but that comes back again in really how he sees Darth Vader in the original trilogy. So,
Oh yeah, I'm setting up a donation goal right now.
Yeah.
not
To get
calling
myself
him
a goddamn
Anakin in
modem.
New Hope, and then
Hang on, I
Return
can't
of
hear
the
over
Jedi, so-
Josh. So what?
I'm going to be setting up a goddamn donation goal.
When last we met, I was but alone. Now I am that.
Got it. Fortification
Fuck
upgrade.
my donation goal.
It does.
Ready to rock.
We're here, Warden. Oh my god, I hear Warden. Okay,
What
that's
class
it.
are you, Deegan?
Medic.
Of course.
The fact that Vader did,
I'm playing
it's a little
solo.
weird, the fact that
Playing
Vader
medic.
didn't think to look back at Tatooine again.
Got it.
Unless Tatooine really gives him that much PTSD. I mean, yeah, I guess a bunch of shit did kind of happen.
Not now!
Oh, that's right. Isn't it in the overlay I set up?
Who's next?
Yeah,
Another one?
because of course he wants the Jedi to fall.
Take that, ugly bastard! You didn't stand a chance.
Wait,
Yeah.
no, where's my grenade?
I'll be back in a sec, hold on.
That's unfortunate.
Got it! Fortification upgraded. Fortification repaired.
I'll be right back myself, actually. Ah, shit.
Okay, let's rebuild and get ready for more.
Be right back. What'd you find?
It has been sent.
Oh god.
We've got enemy reinforcements. Barrier destroyed! Huh. Good work!
Dab's taking damage.
No. Not much. God damn it. I'd love to be nodding though.
Oh my Jesus.
Or nodded. As Deegan streaming.
I have returned.
I said to Deegan.
Oh my god, I saw what you sent.
Let's close the kill! They're damaging the cap!
Nom 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 nom.
You want to put over
I have not.
Grind him up.
So many things. You know how Bad Batch is getting a second season? And how Bad Batch is Clone Force.
Matter! Too much for you! Got it!
Yeah. But yeah, you know Bad Batch. And how... Obviously Clone Wars is canon.
You've been waiting!
And Clone Wars made 4 in particular characters canon by simply putting them in the scene. You remember whenever Savage Opress first showed up
Oh yeah!
and killed that one Jedi Master? I can't remember
Everyone
her
get
name
down!
right now. But do
Ready to die.
you remember who was walking out of the shuttle with her body?
So what would you?
Just what Sky was talking about.
It was the first. It was the. No, it was the one that was killed in Clone Wars. Like whenever Savage Opress first showed up. When Savage Opress killed that Jedi. You remember those 4? You remember those 4 characters that were escorting her body out of the shuttle?
Oh yeah!
That would happen to be Delta Force, aka the main 4 characters of Republic Commando. Because it was Scorch, Sev, Fixer, and Boss. And then Scorch shows up in fucking Bad Batch.
Let's do it!
All that I'm saying is that I better see more of the Republic Commando show up, because there was a book that was shown to be a sequel to the game that was called Imperial Commando, and it focused on the members of Delta Force during their time with the Empire. I really want to see, like, the Bad Batch going head-to-head against Delta Force.
I think I'm done repairing. I think I'm just gonna bring shit back on the brakes.
Brendo is asking for me to play Fartnut. I go join in Fartnut.
Alright, have fun with it.
Cap is full.
Man.
Ready. Fortification repaired. Fortification reloaded.
Time's up. Enemy reinforcements.
Oh, it's this asshole.
Come on!
Got another. Barrier destroyed.
Oh yeah! Time to turn the page.
There's a younger Yaddle as well.
Target neutralized.
Okay, well, I'm stoked.
This is mine.
Consider my interest peaked.
Put it back in the ground.
I'm just fucking stoked in general. Because anything that's related to the animated series always seems to be good.
Time to turn the table.
Alright, Rebels was fucking great. Clone Wars, that was the shit. There is literally nothing that can top the Clone Wars. But Bad Batch and Rebels come real fucking close.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
I see you. Hold tight.
Back in the saddle. Revive me! You're a lifesaver.
I wonder who else is gonna show up in Ahsoka.
Down so soon?
What's your line?
And as far as it goes, I know exactly who she's hunting, and I shat my pants upon hearing his name. My literal favorite character from the Star Wars Expanded Universe. He is literally my favorite. No one can top him.
Darth
I
Dees.
love. No, his name is Thrawn.
Oh, that retard.
I fucking love Grand Admiral Thrawn.
I refuse to apologize to you for insulting your favorite character.
I mean, I've basically learned at this point to disregard your opinion as valid, so yeah.
Opinion. I mean, that seems fair.
But yeah, I can't wait to see Thrawn on the big screen.
Fortification repaired.
I was also really happy about something
Target
else.
eliminated.
Losing your virginity finally?
Fortification repaired.
That would be pretty cool, but I'm actually glad that we also got another cameo just besides Thrawn himself.
Cap's full.
In,
Fortification reload. Got it.
and Darth Vader, too, while taunting him.
Fortification reloaded.
But yeah, the reason why Thrawn taunts Vader so much in that comic is because
Got it.
this I already knew about.
Fortification up.
Do you remember hearing about the book called Outbound Flight? This is technically that even though the Thrawn trilogy books were printed before Outbound Flight, just like how the prequels are to the original trilogy, where the original trilogy came out first, but the prequels are obviously supposed to come first. Outbound Flight is like that too. So technically, while Thrawn is being written about first
Fortification repaired.
in the Thrawn trilogy, he first shows up in Outbound Flight. And the reason why he taunts Vader is because he met Anakin when Anakin was a young Padawan. Like, not quite Clone Wars, Anakin yet, but older than when he was in Episode 1. So, Thrawn already met him, because that in particular colony ship was meant to explore the outer system, and as you know, that place is uncharted and dangerous.
Got another.
Anakin goes pretty far in, and Thrawn meets him.
Eliminate!
Eventually, Anakin departs from the ship, and Outbound Flight continues as is.
Fortification repaired.
But, no. One thing I was happy to see, or two things actually, because they could have just stopped there and making a Grand Admiral Thrawn, but no. They went as far as making his Star Destroyer the ISP Chimera, which I thought was fucking awesome. Like, they literally just went, hey, you remember, not only is Thrawn here, but so is his personal Star Destroyer, the Chimera.
Oh,
It
really?
even-
How
it even-
stupid.
It even had his fucking, it even had the Chimera's markings on the bottom, which is like a Hydra. And then they didn't just stop there. You remember that old mustachioed Imperial officer that was operating the Star Destroyer while he was off of it? The one.
Drop the bad guy.
That is also a character from the books. That is Vice Admiral Palaeon.
Open your eyes, idiot!
He was Thoron's right-hand man.
Really? You don't say.
The only reason why I had even gotten so heavily into the Star Wars books was because the very first book I ever read,
We've got 30
like the
seconds
Star
to
Wars
regroup.
novel series, was Star Wars Darksaber. And at the time of Darksaber, Thrawn was dead, and Palaeon was like acting in his stead. So Palaeon was like the new, one of the new head admirals. And this is at the time where characters like Mara Jade were showing up. So these were great times, and the fact that they are just
We've got company!
adding more and more that point in the direction of the expanded universe just makes my chub really hard.
Show your face. Oh yeah! How'd that taste? Take a seat.
I was really upset about that.
Nice thing.
Got another.
And they fucked it up.
Got him.
Good thing they didn't bring up the Night Hammer. I would have been real upset if they did.
You done?
The Night Hammer.
See ya.
The Night Hammer. A fucking Imperial class Super Star Destroyer that could turn fucking invisible.
Who's next?
Why would that
It is
one
a super-
hit you if it blows
it-
up?
It is a super weapon and a half. Especially considering it had a miniature version of the fucking Death Star's fucking laser. Yep. Also note when I say Night Hammer, I'm talking about with a K. Because it was supposed to be a play on words for destroying the Jedi Order. Or at least what was a fledgling Jedi Order under Luke Skywalker in
How's
Yavin.
that taste?
Nope, we didn't. We did not get to see that, and that depressed me.
In one ear and out the other.
Yep. Sorry.
Show your face.
I wanted to see young spry Skywalker with a hot redhead as a fucking wife.
Well done.
That's what I wanted to see. Because yes, Dustin, in the fucking expanded universe, Luke gets married to a very capable woman.
Huh.
Her name is Mara Jade. She was once an Imperial fucking. She was kind of like the Inquisitors before Star Wars Rebels even existed. She was essentially a Jedi assassin.
Oh.
And he ends up marrying her.
Put him back in the ground!
Yep, Mara Jade was like literally one of the best characters, and there's not a single fucking sight of her anywhere in Disney's garbage.
I'm not surprised. What was her name?
Mara
That won't be
Jade.
the last of them. Let's get ready.
Yep. Yeah, no, literally fucking basically turns her whole ideal around. She's like, My existence is to kill the Jedi, especially Luke Skywalker. Okay, I want in Skywalker's pants right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, then he does have children. And his little shit kids are the reason why the fucking... What is considered to be the final part of the expanded universe, his shit kids are him and fucking... That's why I was so upset whenever they said Kylo Ren is Ben Solo. I was like, the fuck that is Ben Solo. I'm gonna kill you for taking that name and ruining it. Exactly. That is not Ben Solo. Fuck all of you guys. Like, they literally did Ben Solo a disservice by being like, Kylo Ren is Ben Solo, and I was like, I'm going to shoot somebody with a Death Star laser. Preferably Disney. I'll put them on the moon and blow the moon up.
Energy tap is
Everyone involved with the shit show that was episodes 7, 8, and 9 just needs to burn.
energy tap is full.
Which is strange, considering that they decided to drag Ben Solo's name through the mud.